dorten ist gewesen. Dann gekommen zu der Meeting 3 Hotelkeepers, sie bereiten die Lage, und sie nehmen ein Wort in der Frage. Einer Hotelkeeper von Ferndale, der zweite von Woodridge, und der dritte von Fallsburg. Rief sich auf der Hotelkeeper von Woodridge, sucht bei Gewalt, oi wie nennt man an Hexer, a Social-Director. Such aggravation, people come for vacation, they eat without measure, and gives enough pleasure. It's simply outrageous, jeder race of the wages, the boss boys are hiking, the waiters are striking. I wouldn't take that room, I wanted a bathroom. Hotch nennt mich in Toilet, gib jeden a Toilet. Azoi hat gedacht, mir soll raisen the price.
I got the idea for that sign down in the Everglades National Park in Florida. I like that coloring and the way that arrow is made. And I thought we'd duplicate it, and I've kept that color scheme throughout the hotel and all our signs. This building on the right here, we call this the Ranch House. We just spent $250,000 this past winter to remodel it. It had a more, I guess, Southern California, Mexican look when it was first built back in 1949. And this past year, it was time to gut it all out and rebuild it and re-landscape it. And we've gotten a lot of compliments on it, and people enjoy this area. It's a lovely area with these birch trees, the shade areas that people like to lounge around in. And these are my height ranges right alongside of you here. This is a stop sign. Don't pay attention to it. Cars on the left are people who'd like to come in and visit. But we're so jammed up here today, we just don't have any room for visitors. This building on my right, we call this the East Wing of the main complex. This was the Pleasant Valley farmhouse when my grandparents acquired it back in 1910. My grandparents didn't come here to be hotel owners or resort operators. My grandfather was a farmer in the old country, and when he came to America, New York City was not for him. The children bought him a farm. He was a man of the soil. He liked to cut the hay and milk the cows. And my mother was the farmer's daughter, I guess. My father came along. He was a city slicker, and he romanced her, and he used to show me a rock out in the fields where he popped a question to her. And then my father came into the picture. Those years, you know, the farms there, they weren't profitable. My father used to go to New York. He'd get a job, and I remember he'd send up his salary. It was $40 a week. He'd send it up to my grandmother to help to keep the farm going. And they used to take in boarders. And my grandfather took them on hay rides, and that's how they entertained them. At night, they sat on the rocking chairs and had community sings, and they entertained themselves. Yeah, you know, this resort was a farm and then a boarding house, and we served our boarders everything that we could produce on the farm. You didn't come to a hotel. You didn't come to a resort. You came to our house. You came to my family.